Alright, so today, guys, we're gonna do the NFL draft grades, and right now, my boy Emilio's gonna start with the Bengals, and Eric's gonna start with Cowboys, and I'm gonna start with the Giants.
Yeah. So what we're gonna be doing here, guys, is we're gonna be rating 3 grades. We're gonna be giving 3 teams their grades off their pick and what we think about their pick. So let's start. I got the Bengals expressing what they really needed Penny Swell, but instead they got Jamar wide receiver LSU. So what I think about this, a lot of people of Cincinnati were loving this pick. They got weapons for Joe Burrow, which is totally understandable, because who doesn't like weapons for their quarterback, right?
Yep.
So I mean, he's a great wide receiver, don't get me wrong, but what is gonna happen back with Joe Burrow? He could get a lot hurt. He could not. We'll have to see the season that will come up. They could have got Penny Swell. No, but instead they got Jamar Chase with the 5th overall pick, which I like. But overall, in this thing, Bengals fans, like I said, Bengals fans did not like it and did like it. But rating my thing, I really give this pick a B, in my opinion, because they really should have gone what they need and probably not a wide receiver. They probably could have gone for another wide receiver. They could have probably traded up and got another wide receiver, which would have been a win-win because they got both players. So, in my opinion, this will get a B, and we'll see how the Bengals are gonna do with Jamar Chase.
Wait, Emilio, I'm gonna pause you right there, okay? So what we're gonna do? Alright, what we're gonna do right now is they're gonna say the first round pick. I'm gonna say my first round pick, and then Eric's gonna say his first round pick. Then Emilio's gonna say his second pick. I'm gonna say the second round pick, and you're gonna say, you know what I'm saying?
Wait,
do we do it for all 7 rounds?
Yeah, all 7 rounds.
Wait, is the video paused right now, Marco?
Nah, I'm just explaining.
Or what are we gonna do?
Because he's gonna edit it. He's gonna edit it out.
Alright, so
what are you gonna do, Marco?
Alright, so with the Giants, they selected Kadarius Toney. Obviously, he's pretty good. I liked him in college. But, in my opinion, so much more were available that they need. Like, they could have selected... Who was there? They could have picked...
Rashad Bateman. He was still there. Terrace Marshall was still there.
No, but what I'm saying, they didn't need a wide receiver. They could have got They could have got Trayvon, Gregory, Greg Newsom. No, they couldn't got Greg Newsom, but he would have been fantastic with them.
No, Greg Newsom was still available.
Nah, they're 20th. He got selected 16th.
No, because 16 was Zayvon Collins to the Cardinals.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Greg Newsom was to the Browns at 26.
Yeah, but they could have had him too, and I think that would have been the best pick they had. But they're trying to be greedy and help Daniel Jones. But they already have Sterling. They already have Darius. They already have Kenny, which I think they don't need a wide receiver. They're just trying to give Daniel Jones too much weapons. But they could have picked a tackle so they could block. You know what I'm saying? So overall, I give that draft pick a C minus.
Okay, now my turn. I'm going to be grading the Cowboys' first round pick. So the Cowboys' initial pick was at 10, and then they traded back to 12 with the Philadelphia Eagles. They were initially spying on a corner, either J.C. Horn or Patrick Surtain, but the 2 picks before them were those people. So because of that, they had no choice than to trade back, and then they got a 3rd round pick from the Eagles and their 12th overall pick. So the Eagles ended up selecting Devontae Smith, and then the Giants also traded back. And then so that left Micah Parsons wide open on the board, which Micah Parsons is a good pick. It's just they needed to they needed him to replace Sean Lee that just retired, and then our linebacker core that has been suffering with some injuries lately. This pick, I think it receives an A, just for the fact that it was a need for the Cowboys, and also that they could address the cornerback position in the later rounds.
Okay, Emilio, it's your turn with round 2. You think he's here or not? Emilio?
Yeah, what happened?
Alright, who did they pick in round 2 and give your analysis?
Who, the Bengals?
Yeah.
Alright.
Look it up. That's what I did.
Yeah, I know. Already know. The Bengals with the second overall pick, they went from
Second overall pick, damn.
I mean, but hold on. The second round they got a Clemson Tiger. They got Jackson Carman. About this grade, I like it in my opinion because instead of getting Peninsula, they got somebody that could protect Joe Burrow potentially, and it's not a bad pick. Cause the Patriots traded, the Bengals traded the Patriots traded their 38th pick to the Bengals for the Bengals 46th pick, 122th pick, 139th pick. So the Bengals brought a 38th pick, which was a little sooner. So with this, with the 38th overall pick, oh no, my bad. The Patriots received their 38th pick, and the Bengals received their 46th pick, their 122th pick, and their 139th pick. With the 46th pick, the overall pick, the Bengals selected tackle Jackson Carman, a 317-pound tackle by the Clemson Tigers. I honestly think this is a. The reason I say that is because they needed someone to protect Joe Burrow back there, and I give it an A just because the fact that they needed a O-line getting better, and I think it's a win for them. That's my option that's my grade on the second pick.
Emilio, you stutter too much.
Alright. Well, with the 50th pick in the draft, the Giants selected Aziz Ojulari out of Georgia. Honestly, this is an A+ in my opinion. He slipped this far, very skilled, but it's mostly because he had an injury in high school that they're really scared about. Just like Justin Fields, how he fell down really bad. Yeah, but like, I just think that it's really good what they got. Like this draft in a linebacker. And they don't really have any linebackers. But overall, this is an A+. I don't really have to explain myself.
Okay, now for the Cowboys second round pick number 44, they selected corner out of Kentucky, Calvin Joseph. The thing about Calvin Joseph is that he has some history of sexual assault, but he was projected to be a first round corner if it weren't for that. That was his only downside, and you know how Jerry Jones is, he loves to pick those kind of players for some reason. And this was, in my opinion, kind of a steal, either to pick Asante Samuel Jr. or Calvin Joseph. So they decided for Calvin Joseph, and hopefully it turns out to be a good decision to help out that Cowboy secondary that really needs a lot of help.
What about the grade though?
Oh yeah, and then the grade in my opinion is going to be an A-.
Okay, your turn, Emilio.
Third round.
Right. With the third round pick with the 69th pick, the Bengals selected Joseph Osai, Texans Longhorns. I think picking up a defensive end was okay for the Bengals. he was the defensive player on the board in the third round, and he was that. I think he was the best one up there. The Cincinnati needs a couple key players in the defense and in the offense, and I think this could be a key player that they will need to get successful. That's my opinion, and I think this is a B plus.
Okay. Good. With
All right,
the
Marco.
that means okay. With the 71st overall pick, the Giants selected Aaron Robinson out of the Central Florida. In my decision, I'm really surprised he fell this much because he really picked up Adoree Jackson, and I think that can help the cornerback, a bit of the cornerback. But in my opinion, he ran a 40-yard dash of 4.38. But it also costed him a 5th-round pick. But in my opinion, I don't think the 5th-round pick was worth Aaron Robinson. Aaron Robinson just too skilled, and I give that a C plus.
Okay, and for the Cowboys, they had 3 third-round picks. So, the first one that they selected was Osa Odiguzua from pick 75, defensive tackle out of UCLA. The Cowboys, they really need anything on defense to make them better. Whether that be pass rush. He was one of the most skilled defensive players on that UCLA team when he was in college, and I just believe that he can do great things for the Cowboys. That is a B plus for that. Then for the round for their second third round pick, it was pick 84, and it was Chauncey Goldston, the end out of Iowa. He was projected to be selected in around the 6th or 7th round in the 2021 NFL Draft, but that does not mean he was a bad selection though. He could benefit the Dallas Cowboys because he's another piece that will likely improve their defense that struggled in 2020. The Dallas Cowboys might benefit from moving Chauncey Goldston to the interior of the defensive line. He has already added size to his frame at Iowa, but Goldston has room to add more, and also maybe learn from veterans like DeMarcus Lawrence or other people. And this grade, I think this is going to be a C plus. And then finally, pick 99, round 3, the Cowboys selected Nashin Wright, cornerback, Oregon State. Dan Quinn had a say in this selection for the Cowboys. One thing that Quinn loves are big corners. Nashin Wright, coming out of college, stood a 6'4", 183 pounds, and was projected to be also in the 7th or 6th round in the NFL Draft. People say that this might have been a reach, but every team has one pick they wish they could redo. This is a pick that the Dallas could look back and maybe scratch their heads a little bit. You know, Nashin Wright isn't really that big of a corner, or he is a big corner, but like not a big part that he can really roll into this. He is good, but not good for the NFL level. This is probably going to be a D.
Oh.
And those are the Cowboys' third round picks.
Okay. Thank you. Alright, with the 4th round pick, the Bengals had 3 4th round picks that were 111, 122, and 139. With the 111th, they selected defensive end Cameron Sample. With 122th pick, they picked defensive tackle Tyler Sheldon out of LSU, and then they also picked, with the 139th pick, offensive tackle Dante Smith out of ECU Pirates. So all this is very helpful for the defense and the offense. So Cameron Sample, his height is pretty big, so he's gonna be a tall man. He's gonna be a good defensive end. He's 6'3", 267 weight, and according to his stats, he has good arms and good hands, so he could be pretty good. And I think this deserves probably this could probably deserve a B in my opinion. So I think this is a good pick for for the the Bengals. And now on to Tyler Sheldon. Talking about Tyler Sheldon. Tyler Sheldon is somebody who is gonna help the defense as well with the defensive tackle Tyler Sheldon out of LSU. I think Tyler Sheldon is probably gonna not start this year, but he'll probably learn from other people, like how Eric said, that the other people from the Cowboys are gonna learn from DeMarcus Lawrence or other veterans that have more experience and could project more. So I think Tyler Sheldon could wait a little bit more, and then he'll be ready to play and be good, hopefully one day. And then now with the Dante Smith with the offensive tackle, I really like this. It's gonna help Joe Burrow back there. So I'll give that grade a B as well. And then about all their 4th round picks, I like them. So I'll give all of the 3 combined, I'll give it a C+. That's my grade for all their 4th round picks.
Okay, so with the Giants, at 116, round 4, they selected Ellerson Smith out of Northern Iowa. For thinking that he's going round 4 and as a 6'6", 252-pound machine that had 14 sacks in 2019 is amazing. The reason I believe that he fell so much is because it might be a hard time to develop him. Like, cause you need to have veterans at the linebacker and to show him how to do good and stuff. Because although he did get 14 sacks, the inconsistency is there. Overall grade, I give it a D. You ask why I give it a D? It's not because it was a bad selection. It was more because the Giants did not sign any linebackers that are veterans that could help Ellerson Smith. But in terms if they did have it, I believe his value would be about a B-. But for now, it has to be at least a D to a C. Okay, it's your turn, Eric.
Okay, so the Cowboys had 2 4th round selections. The first one being Jabril Cox out of LSU, pick 115. Jabril Cox was first was recruited by North Dakota State, and then he transferred to LSU. Jabril Cox is honestly a really explosive player. He's really good. I think the Cowboys honestly stole him from everybody else because he's a really talented player, except just for the fact that injuries and inconsistent play while he was at North Dakota State really lacked him. But then from transferring to LSU was the right decision for him, and because of that, I think this has to be a B-. And then for the second 4th round pick, it was pick 138, and it was Josh Ball, offensive tackle out of Marshall. Josh Ball had an off the field issue while attending Florida State, so that is why he had to transfer to Marshall. Josh Ball is actually a really good player and somebody that in a position that the Cowboys needed, being offensive tackle, because a lot of their offensive linemen are really good still, but they're getting up in age, so they need to start rebuilding that offensive line if they want to continue staying um, like in Super Bowl contention, and if they want to build a franchise around Dak, Zeke, and all their other rookie players that they picked up. And this, I'm gonna give it a C minus.
Okay, thank you. Alright, now going to me. With the 5th overall pick, with the 149th pick, the Bengals selected Evan McPherson. I hope I said that wrong. I hope that I said that right. Out of Florida State. Florida Gators, but I don't know what I mean. So, in my opinion, I think I'm gonna give this grade a B. Checking out of his stats, he looks good. For the 2018, he made 19. He has an 89.5%. For his 2019, he has a 89.5%, and for the 2020, he has a 77.3, which is pretty good.
Percent of what?
Field goal percentage of made that he's gonna make it. Overall career, it's gonna be 85%. So I actually like this pick because Randy Bullock is good. Don't get me wrong, but he's starting to a little bit decrease. He's still good, but I think this is the right move. This was the right round to pick a kicker up, and I really like this pick for the Bengals. He will help him a lot. They will help him a lot, and I give this A minus.
I did not have a 5th round pick, so you could go Eric.
Okay. So the Cowboys had one 5th round pick, which was pick 179, and then they ended up picking wide receiver Simi Fehoko. He's known for having his TikTok account, and he's actually one of the most underrated wide receivers in this draft. These wide receiver class was really loaded, and as you can see in the couple first rounds, there was like at least 7 or 8 wide receivers taken, and then in the second round there is also around that same number. Simi Fehoko was honestly a really good prospect coming out of Stanford. He's really fast. He ran a 4.23 40, which is a really fast time for a wide receiver. He has a big frame with long legs, but also he just lacks that development that a wide receiver should have. But nonetheless, he has a lot of potential going into this season, and he probably will not start for the Cowboys this season, but he will be at least a fourth string wide receiver to come in at slot maybe, and not an outside receiver. For this pick, I give this a B minus.
Alright, thank you. Now, the Bengals had two 6th round picks, going as pick 190 and pick 202. With the pick 190, the Bengals selected center Trey Hill out of Georgia Bulldogs. With the 202 pick, they selected running back Chris Evans out of Michigan. So, what I give these, let's talk about Trey Hill. Trey Hill will impact this team because Hill will provide some insurance for the future and perhaps even the short team, depending on the health of the starting center. Depends if he stays healthy and strong, he will provide a lot for this team. He will help out Burrow a lot, and he is tall. He stands at 6'5" and comes at 320 pounds, which is a lot as a height. And Trey Hill is gonna ensure to lock up the D-line for Joe Burrow could get the time to release the ball and get it out to his men, especially Jamar Chase with the first round pick. So now I would give that grade an 8. Now to moving on to Chris Evans. His files are college out of Michigan. His height is 5'11" and weights at 211. With Joe Mixon expected to carry the majority of the load, I think Chris Evans will help this running back offensive team, and Chris Evans will learn a lot out of Joe Mixon. Knowing Joe Mixon, he is a great running back. He will provide helpness, support, everything that he can to teach this rookie Chris Evans what to do and how to run the ball. And for me, this is a B-.
Okay, I'm gonna let Eric go because he has to go. No, I'm gonna let Eric say his 6 and 7 picks because he has to go to his class.
Oh no, you can go. It's fine. You can go.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Go. You can.
No, you can go. Let's go.
Okay.
Actually, just go.
Okay, with the 6th round pick, they selected Gary Brightwill out of Arizona. In my opinion, it was just a waste of a pick. In my opinion, you don't need a running back. And plus, with them removing Wayne Gallman, who I really liked, it just made me so mad that they're really gonna draft Gary Brightwill and some other dude. I don't remember his name. He used to play with the Broncos and the Raiders. But I just think Wayne Gallman could have been better for you guys. I get it, but I'm gonna give this a F. Because this isn't just an excessive pick. Oh, and then I also have another 6. And that was Ridarius Williams out of Oklahoma State. His brother is Greedy Williams. Ridarius, the problem with Ridarius, he's really skilled. And his brother is Greedy, right? But he's about to be 25 in his first season. So that's why this pick is like crazy. But in my opinion, he's really physical.
Okay, so the Cowboys pick 192. They selected Quinton Bohanna, defensive tackle out of Kentucky. The Dallas Cowboys needed a run-stuffing defense. Quinton Bohanna stands 6'4", 357 pounds and would clog up the middle with his size alone. He possesses the ability to cause pile-ups that disrupts offensive lineman plans. The thing that I think made Bohanna drop this far is his lack of productivity and becoming out of a small school like Kentucky. But other than that, I think this was a steal, and I'm gonna give this a B-. And then the second 6th round pick that they had was pick 227, and it was Israel Mukwamu, cornerback out of South Carolina. The Dallas Cowboys got a steal in the 6th round when they landed as NFL draft. Mukwamu is another big corner, standing 6'4", and uses his length to his advantage. The Cowboys may not have a Week 1 starter in Mukwamu, but with development he could be one, and he could be a really good. And people are saying that he can be compared to a Jalen Ramsey type of corner. And for this, I'm giving this an A+. They absolutely stole this, man.
Okay, you could also say your 7th pick. Or did they not have him?
Yeah, they did. Alright, then they had Matt Farney, guard out of Nebraska, and then with their final pick, that's who they selected. They addressed another interior offensive lineman because, like I said earlier, they were starting to get up there in age and not really develop as they should have and be that Great Wall of Dallas as they first were. I think he has room to grow, and especially with veterans like Tyron Smith and Zach Martin, he can definitely develop and then hopefully one day be a starter for the Cowboys. And then this, I say this is going to be a C+.
Okay, so Emilia, you can go now.
Alright, but with the 7th overall pick, in the 7th round, the Cincinnati Bengals selected Walt Herbert from Kansas State. So I give this grade a B minus. He could bring a lot to the Bengals. Just give him a couple time. Herbert profile at 6'3", 257. He was clocked in a 7.03 for the 3-cone drill. The agility allowed him to rank up over 50 combine tackles for a loss and sacks in just 29 career games for Kansas State. In the 3rd season, in the 2020, Herbert was graded out with Pro Bowl Football Focus, 5th highest pass rusher grade, 90.8. Herbert, a team caption for last season, plays with noticeable hustle and effort, which is a common theme. So I think he will bring a lot of pressure. He will be strong, and he's gonna be something really bad, but really good for the Bengals team, but bad for other teams if they don't have him to guard, because he's gonna do a lot of damage in that team. So that's my grade, a B minus.
Okay. I did not have a 7th round pick, so right there, everybody's gonna see their average, like the average of all the picks. So with mine, the average of what I give this whole draft pick and everybody they picked, I give it a B. B minus. What about you, Emilio?
What is this, for the whole team?
Yeah, for the whole thing that they drafted.
For this whole team, the Bengals for this year's draft, I'll give them all a, let me see. I think for this whole Bengals team, I'm giving them a B minus as well.
Okay, Eric.
This Cowboy team, I honestly think that this is an A+ draft. I know it might sound crazy, but they addressed every single need that they needed. Corner, offensive lineman, linebacker, they did amazing in this draft. And honestly, this will be a draft to remember for the Cowboys.
I agree, because we picked a lot of, the Cowboys have picked a lot of people that can help in the defense, especially when they need them the most. So overall, I think I'm going to give the Cowboys A as well, because we know all the players we drafted.
Okay, so just like that, the video ended. Thank you guys for watching. And I also gotta thank everybody that's been in this video, and Amelia and Eric. So yeah, but if they ever start a YouTube channel, I'll make sure to tell you guys. Okay.